I committed to learning 5 new words a day. I practiced for just 15 minutes each morning. And you know what? Slowly but surely, I began to make progress. Were there days when I felt frustrated? Absolutely. Were there times when I felt like giving up? You bet. But each time I felt that way, I reminded myself that this was not about becoming fluent overnight. It was not about comparing myself to native speakers or polyglots. It was about me versus me. It was about being a little bit better today than I was yesterday. And over time, those small efforts compounded. Today, while I'm not a native speaker, I can hold conversations in that language. I can read books, watch movies, and even give short presentations. More importantly, I have proven to myself that I can learn and grow in areas where I once believed I was limited. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. If you are always doing what's easy, what's comfortable, you are not growing, you are stagnating. Now, I'm not suggesting you need to make yourself miserable, but I am saying that you need to be willing to face challenges, to do things that scare you a little. Remember our public speaking example? That woman did not overcome her fear by avoiding it. She faced it head on in small, manageable doses. What's something that scares you a little? What's something you've been avoiding because it's outside your comfort zone? Identify it and then take one small step towards facing it. Remember, it's not about conquering it all at once. It's about gradual, consistent progress. Practice self-reflection. This is where the real battle of you versus you takes place. It's in those quiet moments when you're honest with yourself about your progress, your shortcomings, your efforts. Set aside time regularly. It could be daily, weekly, or monthly to reflect on your journey. Ask yourself, I'm living up to my values. Am I making progress towards my goals? What have I learned? Where can I improve? This self-reflection is not about beating yourself up over mistakes or shortcomings. It's about honest assessment and course correction. It's about celebrating your progress and identifying areas for growth. Developing discipline. Discipline is what bridges the gap between your goals and your accomplishments. It's what gets you out of bed to exercise when you'd rather sleep in. It's what keeps you working on your project when you'd rather watch TV. It's what makes you save money when you'd rather spend it. Discipline is not about perfection. It's about consistency. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when you do not feel like it. It's about making the right choices more often than not. Here's a little secret about discipline. It gets easier with practice. The more you exercise your discipline muscle, the stronger it becomes. Start small. Maybe it's making your bed every morning. Maybe it's drinking water instead of soda. These small acts of discipline add up over time, creating a foundation for bigger challenges. Now, you might be wondering, what does gratitude have to do with self-improvement? Well, let me tell you, it has everything to do with it. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. It helps you appreciate your progress rather than always focusing on how far you still have to go. It reminds you of the resources and support you have in your journey. More importantly, gratitude fuels motivation. When you are grateful for what you have and how far you have come, you are more likely to want to continue improving, to make the most of your opportunities and abilities. Try this. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for. They do not have to be big things. Maybe you are grateful for a delicious meal, a kind word from a friend, or a beautiful sunset. Over time, this practice will train your mind to look for the positive, to appreciate your progress in your journey of you versus you. Surround yourself with the right influences. Now, this might seem counterintuitive in a discussion about you versus you, but the truth is we are all influenced by our environment, by the people we spend time with, by the information we consume. If you are constantly surrounded by negativity, by people who discourage you or belittle your dreams, it's going to be much harder to stay focused on your personal growth. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with positive influences, people who support your goals, books that inspire you, environments that energize you. You are creating an atmosphere conducive to growth. This does not mean you need to cut out everyone who does not agree with you. Constructive criticism and diverse perspectives are valuable, but it does mean being intentional about the influences in your life. Choose to spend time with people who challenge you to be better. Read books that expand your mind. Create an environment that supports your goals. Failure is a teacher. Failure is not your enemy. It's your ally. Every failure, every setback, every mistake is an opportunity to learn and grow. Think about it. If you never fail, it probably means you are not pushing yourself hard enough. You are staying safely within your comfort zone. But remember, growth happens outside that comfort zone. When you fail, do not beat yourself up. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to become better? This shift in perspective turns every failure into a stepping stone towards success. I remember a young entrepreneur I once mentored. He had poured his heart and soul into a business idea, only to see it fail spectacularly. He was devastated, ready to give up on his dream of being an entrepreneur. He sat down to analyze what went wrong. He began to see the valuable lessons in his failure. He learned about market research, about financial planning,